parents, give us a bit of time. There's some technical difficulty. And we are back.
Right. A very good morning, or sorry, a very good afternoon. Hello, parents and primary 6 pupils. Our apologies for the slight technical glitch just now. I'm Madam Aini, Principal of Unity Secondary School. I welcome all of you to our virtual or E-Open house. On this platform, I hope you'll be able to have a glimpse of what Unity Secondary School is about. This is the scope of my presentation this afternoon. First and foremost, I would like to share with you an overview of the secondary school education. In Unity Secondary, we have all the 3 streams: Express, Normal Academic, and Normal Technical. As you can see from this slide, students from Normal Technical and Normal Academic classes can be laterally transferred to Normal Academic and Express courses respectively. The criteria for lateral transfer is a minimum of 70% overall percentage, and if they are observed by the teachers to be able to cope with the demands of the Normal Academic or Express courses. For the Express course students, they will sit for the GCE O-level exams, after which they will move on to post-secondary courses such as A-level courses in junior colleges or Millennium Institute, or diploma courses in Polytechnic or at the Institute of Technical Education. Whichever route the student chooses, the paths do lead to university education. For the Normal Academic course, the pathways have been expanded. After the completion of the GCE N-level exams, depending on the aggregate points for English, Maths, and best 3 subjects, they may pursue post-secondary courses at Polytechnic, Institute of Technical Education, or even return to the school to sit for the O-level at Secondary 5N. And as you can see in this slide, the Normal Academic pathways do lead to university education. For the Normal Technical stream, upon completion of the GCE-NT exams, students will proceed to ITE. And pending on their achievements in ITE, they may proceed to Polytechnic for diploma courses and then to the university. Unity Secondary School is the school of opportunity. If you look at the word opportunity, you will find the word unity. And in unity, we give our students varied opportunities for holistic growth and development. Here, in all our programs, we are guided by the philosophy that every student is unique, has the potential, and he or she can be an inspiration to others. We design our programs to develop our students to be resilient and future ready with a passion to serve and lead. And our vision is to nurture our students to be lifelong learners and inspiring leaders so that they can thrive in a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous future. Our programs, be it academic or student development, instill the values of respect, compassion, commitment, integrity, and perseverance, which we coin as a recipe for their future success. We aim to develop our students to have the attributes of confident person, conscientious learner, concerned and caring citizens, as well as critical and inventive thinker, so that they can be lifelong learners and inspiring leaders. So how do we achieve this? It is through our Unity Total Curriculum. Our Unity Total Curriculum comprises all the learning experiences of our students in their 4 to 5 years of education in Unity Secondary. It is categorized into academic and student development programs. The programs in blue are specially crafted for our profile of students. Our Unity Total Curriculum develops the character and cognitive skills, allowing our students to discover their passion and deepen their learning. Our curriculum equips our students with self-regulated learning strategies covering the areas of metacognition, motivation, and strategies to manage and enhance their learning. It also equips our students with the social emotional competencies to develop their personal effectiveness and well-being, build positive relationships, live out their values, and grow their character. And these are the competencies that will help our students to improve their school performance. We also instill the growth mindset in our students. We educate our students to have a belief in their abilities, the need to plan to achieve their goals, learning from failures and adjusting their plans. And as they grow, they reflect on what went well and what was challenging, and to consider what to do next. We constantly reinforce in our students the importance of having an aspiration, of doing goal setting, being aware of the strengths and weaknesses, the need for action planning, and to monitor their own progress. We also emphasize the importance of reading, especially reading beyond the textbook. This is to keep their minds active and to enhance their creative ability, besides improving their vocabulary and developing their communication skills. These are the academic subjects that all lower secondary students do. There are altogether 10 subjects compared to 4 academic subjects in the primary schools. This slide shows the subjects that the school offers to upper secondary students. We do offer, as you can see from this slide, pure sciences. We also offer double mathematics, which is maths and additional maths. And we also offer students who are more oriented towards the humanities. We offered them either literature or geography. In Unity, we believe that all students can learn. We engage our students through active learning processes, student-centered, self-paced blended learning. Our students actively learn through the use of technology, and their lessons are uploaded onto the student learning space. As part of the National Digital Literacy Program, to level up the digital skills of our students, all students own a school-prescribed personal learning device. The use of the personal learning device for teaching and learning support the development of digital literacies in our students, self-directed and collaborative learning, and enhanced teaching and learning. To support the development of digital literacies, students learn digital skills such as gathering and evaluating information online, interacting with the online community, and creating digital products. For self-directed and collaborative learning, students can access digital resources on their own to acquire knowledge about a topic of their interest beyond the curriculum. They can also share and build on one another's ideas and refine their own understanding. The one-to-one learning environment allows teachers and students to harness technology for greater effectiveness in teaching. For example, instructions, activities, and feedback for each student could be more tailored and relevant to students' learning needs, and this enhances the teaching and learning in the classroom. With a strong emphasis on building the academic foundation of our students and equipping them with the skills and competencies to manage and enhance their learning, our students have done pretty well in the national examinations. For our 2020 cohort of secondary 4 and 8 students, close to 83% of the students were eligible for Set 5 and 8. And this is above the national percentage of 77.7%. 20% of the 4 and 8 students were eligible for Polytechnic Foundation Program, and 78.7% were eligible for direct admission to Poly through the ITE. 100% of our normal tech students passed with at least 3 N levels. In the GCE, in the 2020 GCE O-level exams, 90.2% of our Sec 4 Express students passed with at least 5 O-levels, and close to 94% were eligible for JC or Polytechnic courses. Our 5N students, 38.7% of them had 5 O-level passes at least, and close to half or slightly more than half, 55%, were eligible for Polytechnic or JC courses. And majority of this cohort of 5N students, all right, eligible 5N students, they actually move on to either Polytechnic Foundation Program or enroll in ITE courses that give them direct admission to Polytechnic after their GCE and level exams. We have normal tech students doing NA level subjects under the subject-based banding program, and they have done well, scoring 100% passes in almost all subjects. Likewise, we also have NA students doing express level subjects, and they too did well, scoring 100% passes in almost all subjects. The school focuses on developing our students to be resilient and future ready. And this is done through our two distinctive programs. Our science-based applied learning program, Biotechnology in Food Sustainability, enriches our students with the skills of biotechnology to relate to real-world problems of food sustainability, especially in the context of Singapore. The scope of knowledge is far beyond their normal science lessons, and with much hands-on experiential learning, the students enjoy the exciting lessons donning on lab coats with the feeling of being a young scientist. Learning for Life program, which is led through outdoor and sports adventure, is about our Unitians' journey built on the foundations of school values of respect, integrity, perseverance, commitment, and compassion by two types of adventures, which are outdoor adventure and sports adventure. And the aim of this program is for students to achieve lifelong mastery, develop an interest to play and enjoy outdoor and sports activities beyond their schooling years. The school also offers direct admission for students with interest and passion in basketball or volleyball. We have developed a comprehensive development program to groom our basketballers and volleyballers into outstanding players. Our student leadership development equips our students with the leadership skills and competencies to be leaders of self, leaders of others, leaders of teams, and leaders of leaders. The student leadership development are based on the leadership challenge model, which equip our students with visionary leadership, organizational ability, communication skills, working in teams, and developing others. At Unity, we believe that every child is unique, and our talent development programs help every Unitian to find their passion in the subjects they love. Talent programs in science, English, mathematics, and design innovation provide our students with experiences and platforms for them to take their dreams to the next level through specialized modules, learning journeys, and more. Our aesthetics enrichment modules for Sec 1 and 2 students aim to encourage our students to confidently express themselves as well as appreciate and understand the aesthetic disciplines. Students are given the options to choose the modules, and these modules also aim to develop the critical thinking, imagination, and expressivity, as well as to instill self-confidence and perseverance. We leverage on CCAs to develop the character of our students. And here in Unity, we offer a wide range of CCAs. There are 20 in all. We have 5 uniform groups: the Girls Brigade, Boys Brigade, Scouts, NCC Air, and NPCC. And we have 5 performing arts CCA, Indian Orchestra, which is one and only in Singapore, a choir, symphonic band, dance, and speech and drama. Our basketball teams are doing well in both zonal and national championship. Some of our talented basketballers were selected to be in the junior NBA program, which gives them the opportunities to train with other talented players to participate in international competitions. We are proud to share that one of our talented basketball players, right, Ms. Esther Lim, right, she was awarded the Lee Kuan Yew for All-Round Excellence Award in 2019. Other sports CCAs in the school include volleyball for girls, football for boys, track and field, and table tennis for both boys and girls. And to add on to the range of CCAs, we have 4 clubs: media resource, environmental science, library, and art clubs. Our students also did very well in the CCAs. If you want to know more about the CCA achievements, you may log in onto our school website. With all these programs, you may be wondering what the school hours are like for students. Our academic lessons are conducted from Monday to Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. In the afternoon on these days, there are intervention programs for selected students and enrichment program for selected levels of classes. There are also some CCA trainings, right, for specific group of students in the afternoon. A unique feature for Unity Secondary School is our Friday, which we dedicate the time for character development. All our CCAs are conducted for 2 hours in the morning for all students, and this is followed by character and citizenship education lessons. And in the afternoon, some of the CCAs will continue with their trainings. We started it this year and we received very positive feedback from our students. According to them, it is a day that they get to meet all members in the CCAs, training together and building bonds with one another. The trainings in the afternoons from Monday to Thursday only involve specific groups of students, and at times there are clashes with intervention or enrichment programs. For the CCA leaders, they find the Friday schedule, right, gives them the opportunities to hone their leadership skills in planning and organizing their CCA trainings under the guidance of the CCA teachers. Our Unity Total Curriculum is designed and delivered by our team of committed and caring staff. We have a team of dedicated staff who are open to learning and willing to explore and experiment new ideas. Our staff have shown commitment to learn and grow their competencies. Besides developing their own capabilities, they have also contributed to the growth of other teachers in the fraternity. They shared their teaching practices and presented papers at both local and overseas conferences. And we have staff who have won awards for their commitment to teaching and for developing others in the fraternity. When we asked our students to describe about the culture of the school, many of them felt that the school has a strong culture of care. And as you can see in this slide, we have different teams of teachers providing support and care for our students at different levels. Besides teachers, we also train our students to be leaders who care and support their peers. In the last week, we have received queries about implementation of full subject-based banding. And for your information, Unity Secondary School will be in phase 4 and will be implementing the full subject-based banding in 2024. So what does a full subject-based banding look like? Under the FSBD or full subject-based banding, the 3 courses, Express, Normal Academic, and Normal Technical, will be removed. Students will take 3 different levels based on their aptitude and interest in the subject. Lower secondary students will be organized into mixed form classes to give opportunities for students to interact with other students taking different subject combinations and with different strengths and interests. There will be common curriculum subjects which the students will take in a mixed form class. And in 2024, the subject-based banding will be expanded to include the humanities subject. Currently, we are only having 4 subjects that we offer under the subject-based banding. To prepare for the full implementation of full subject-based banding or FSBB in 2024, all our secondary 1 students from the 3 streams will be mixed through CCAs and common curriculum periods in 2022. We will continue with the subject-based banding, all right, offering our students for English, mother tongue, maths, and science. For humanities, we will only offer them from 2024 onwards. I've come to almost the end of my sharing, and I hope you have a comprehensive picture of what the education in Unity Secondary is like. In the words of Malcolm X, education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. And that is the essence of what we do in Unity Secondary School. With that, I thank you for your virtual presence in our E-Open House, and I wish you and your family a pleasant and restful weekend. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Madam Amelia.
Thank you so much, Madam Aini, for the comprehensive sharing of our school. So now we have come to the highlight of our open house. We have our students to share with all of you their experiences in Unity Secondary School. So today we actually have Brendan, we have Eunice, we have Aidan, we have Emmanuel, and we have Tristan. So over to you, student leaders.
Thank you, Madam Camelia. Welcome, everyone. I'm Brendan, and here with me today is Aidan, Tristan, Eunice, and Emmanuel, who will be sharing more about our experience in Unity Secondary School. This is what we will be sharing about today for this year's E-Open House. Firstly, we will be talking about our learning culture here in Unity. Following, our wide variety of CCAs available here. Lastly, we'll be talking about the different leadership experiences our Unitians get to undergo in their time here. Just a reminder, I'll be passing the time over to Eunice.
Thank you, Brandon. Hi, for the first part of the open house, I would like to share with one of the major highlights of this year, studying with the PLD, otherwise known as the personal learning device. Ever since we received our personal learning devices, also known as PLDs, in Unity, our learning has become more self-directed with all our assignments online, which makes us more motivated to learn independently and to find out more about different topics by looking into online sources and for ourselves more like research into topics we're interested about. And actually, our learning culture now has evolved from a hard copy versions of books and worksheets in our regular classes to actually learning via SLS or our student learning space platform or Google Classroom. And we actually now use our PLD devices daily as our teachers actually use the student learning space or SLS to design their lessons for classes. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic and everything, during HBL and our blended learning, lessons are assigned to us online through the SLS and Google Classrooms. For me now, lessons are more effective with and efficient with the internet access that I'm given through these devices. And I'm a more self-directed learner after receiving this device, as I'm able to access information online easily, like through Wikipedia or YouTube. Now, working collaboratively with my peers in classes is easier using the different tools and applications I have on my personal device. I'm able to do group projects easier with certain applications to give out ideas and to make my project prosper. With the device as well as the SLS, my teachers are able to give me more immediate feedback as my thinking is more visible. So in our SLS, we actually have this interactive thinking tool where we're able to give out our workings for any answers we're giving. And my teachers are able to view my answers through their part on the SLS, and through that they're able to actually walk up to me and give me certain things about my works and my answers to really improve my learning. Organizing our materials like personal notes or like worksheets online has actually become so much simpler. In Unity, we also have adapted to using our PLDs more often, as it allows us that free access to web searches whenever we need it. And we can easily look up websites or videos that our teachers have created for us that they believe will help us to learn more effectively. As you can see in these photos, our PLDs are actually not only just for learning, but we have also adopted it for other usages, as well as like maybe during school events, such as planning for like Teachers Day, ECCAs, and other presentations as well, that we can do in a regular basis. So like things like Google Slides, Google Docs, we can access on our PLDs to really make planning for school events so much easier. But that's all I'll be sharing for the PLD. Now I'll be moving on to our talent development programs. So while learning in Unity Secondary School has been enjoyable, learning in school is actually not just limited to the classroom itself. For those who are passionate in their interests and wish to pursue the further knowledge in those topics can look no further, as our school actually has these programs to really nurture our Unitians to their brightest potential. So for the first program, we have here the DIP, which is the Design Innovation Program. This is a program for our Unitians who have an interest in computer science and coding. With the rise of ICT and a lot of computers, I'm sure there's a lot of students now who are really interested into doing more with the computer. So in this program, they get to learn more about how to use special programs to code and design things digitally online, like games, animations, and they even can code some certain parts to robotics like Raspberry Pi. So for those who are really interested in these kinds of things can really join this program. Moving on, we have our LEP, which is the Leaders of English program. So this is for all things related to literary arts and the subject of English itself. So actually our program participates in activities that develop our Unitarians' love for English. So such would be competitions for writing stories and poems, like the Commonwealth essay competition, where our Unitarians themselves have written short stories and poems that competed with other countries like Africa, Australia, and even different students from other schools in Singapore as well. And another one would be actually our student-led newsletter in school. So on a monthly basis, we have this newsletter called the Eagle's Eye, written with articles from our students. They can write about topics that pick their interest around a certain time, like during the closer to the Halloween period, we had students writing about like supernaturals and myths and just certain things that really were that piques their interest at that time. So any Unitarians that maybe want to pursue a career in journalism or they just really love English itself could come and join this program. For our next program, which is AMP Advanced Mathematics program. This program is for those who are logical or they just really love to solve math problems. So our students, they like to compete. They compete in math competitions like SESMO's school and Asian schools math Olympiad. But it's not just about competitions itself. They also have organized events, as seen in the photo here. This is the Pi Day, where they've had this 1 week event where they shared with other students about the relevance of pi in our lives. And it's not just something we learn in math, but also they also have present other math topics to the school during morning assemblies to really spread the interest and love for math. But this is definitely for those who are passionate in math and just really want to pursue it further. And for our last program, YSP, which is our Young Scientist program, as mentioned in the name, it is a program for the science lovers. So our science program actually focuses on biotechnology, on how biology has can really help us innovate and improve technology further. So we also cover topics like sustainability and biodiversity in Singapore. But not only just that, but also the importance of it. Like we went through nature talks, we went through science competitions, and we also had an opportunity to actually meet researchers themselves in the A-Star Institute in the program. But that is the 4 programs that we have here in Singapore, in Unity Secondary School. But that's all I'll be sharing. And I'll be moving on. I'll be giving the time to Tristan, who will be sharing with us more about the CCA experience we have here in Unity Secondary School.
Thank you, Eunice, for your presentation on our personal learning devices, as well as our talent development programs. Now, Emmanuel, Aiden, and myself will be sharing with you more about the wide variety of CCAs in our school and why they are important. So, hello everyone, my name is Tristan, and here are the different CCAs offered in Unity. As previously mentioned by Madam Aini, our niche CCAs, which allow your child to take a direct school admission to our school, includes basketball boys and girls, as well as volleyball girls. We also offer a variety of other CCAs from 4 major categories: sports, uniform groups, performing arts, as well as clubs and societies. And a quick fun fact about our school is that we are the only school to offer Indian orchestra as a CCA. The training dates for each CCA varies, but on every Friday morning, every student will be having a CCA session for 2 hours from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., then having a 30-minute break before proceeding for the character and leadership lessons for another 2 hours, eventually ending school at 12:30 p.m. In my experience, as it is a new addition to our school, I found it as a great way to bond with my CCA mates while also learning about my character and leadership lessons with my form class. If you wish to find out more about the CCAs here in Unity, you can check out our school website. Thank you. Now I'd like to pass it on to Emmanuel and Aiden to further explain the importance of CCAs in our school.
Thank you, Tristan. So some of you may be curious as to whether CCAs are compulsory. Yes, CCAs are compulsory in our school. In fact, it is compulsory for every secondary school in Singapore because CCAs are crucial to the growth of our students. Firstly, CCAs bring students from diverse backgrounds together. Unlike how students are assigned to their classes, most CCAs choose members solely by their willingness to join. This ensures that students will be able to meet and interact with people of different backgrounds. Furthermore, every student will be required to plan and work together to do up events somewhere along their CCA journey. This opens up a window of opportunity for students to share and open up about their own unique backgrounds while meeting up to plan for such events. Many long-lasting friendships will definitely be formed through co-curricular activities alone, and students will be more aware of others and will be more sensitive to the current issues. Next, CCAs allow students to improve and develop themselves. Every student's CCA journey will definitely be riddled with problems here and there. Encountering and solving these problems will develop problem-solving skills in each student. And as mentioned before, they will be required to work together to do up events. This will get students to communicate with each other, improving their communication skills. Each CCA also teaches something specific. For example, the Symphonic Band CCA teaches students how to create music, and the Unique Fusion Dance Crew teaches students how to dance. These specialized skills may be beneficial to them in the long run when trying to apply for the Direct School Admission Exercise or DSA for junior colleges. Furthermore, students may also find a new passion through their CCA. For example, someone who joins the Unique Productions Club may develop a passion for photography. At the end of their secondary school journey, the student would have already learned the basics of photography through their CCA and have an edge over other students when pursuing a career of photography. Now on to Aiden.
Right. Thank you, Emmanuel. Okay. Adding on to Emmanuel, our CCAs also have a variety of activities to help cultivate important skill sets, such as leadership skills and teamwork. Here at Unity, every student is given an opportunity to lead others, regardless of their age or role in their CCA, allowing them to grasp certain important skills such as communication and teamwork early in their secondary school journey. This allows our students to grow to become capable leaders, able to not only lead themselves, but also their peers. Our CCAs also allow our students to explore their strengths and talents outside of the academic area. Many of our students are also are given the opportunity to go on trips or online courses to explore certain aspects of their CCA, which may be a new experience for them, or it can also relate to their career plans in the future. For example, in NPCC in Sec 2 and 3, you will get to attend a dry and live shoot where you will get to shoot an actual revolver in a controlled environment with instructors. So this can give you like sort of like insight into the future if you wish to work in the police force. In drama, they have a free and expressive environment where the CCA members are allowed to try out different roles into making a spectacular performance. Not only in acting, but also other supporting roles such as costume designs and even being their own stage manager for the play. Okay, so now I will be sharing with you more about my experience as a leader in NPCC. Let me introduce myself again. I'm Aiden, and I'm the unit commander of Unity's NPCC unit. And now I will be sharing with you more about my CCA and my journey as a leader. I understand that some primary schools do not offer NPCC as a CCA. So what is NPCC? NPCC, or otherwise known as the National Police Cadet Corps, we are an organization that firmly believes in the development of character, leadership, and resilience. Our NPCC values such as discipline, loyalty, integrity, resourcefulness, tenacity, and civic consciousness are incorporated into a variety of activities to develop our cadets into caring and responsible citizens. Now that you know what NPCC roughly is, I will tell you guys more about my journey as the unit commander. My role as the unit commander we have a few jobs, but our main two jobs are I have to oversee all activities during training along with my deputy unit commander, and I also manage administrative matters such as UOPA, which is like an overall assessment on the performance of the unit, which is conducted every year. Throughout this year, I've had a lot of fun planning events and activities with my exco. Here's the picture of them in the top right. I got to work with many different people, such as our seniors. They came back to help out in the CCA and conducted all kinds of events, which really built my confidence and made me a better leader. Earlier this year, we also carried out a Sec 1 orientation camp filled with fun and exciting activities such as station games, icebreakers, and even outdoor cooking to welcome our new cadets into our CCA. So that is something you guys can look forward to if you join us next year. Right, so now more about my CCA. First, we firmly believe in our motto, one for all for one. In Unity NPCC, we are one team. We celebrate and work hard together. Everyone plays a part and no one will ever be left behind. Here in NPCC, we hold weekly trainings with activities that cultivate important values such as self-discipline and teamwork through activities such as juice training, campcraft, and we also throw in recreational activities here and there. We understand we understand the stress that our cadets go through, especially the Sec 1s. It is the first time you guys are taking up so many subjects from four subjects to 8. So we hold recreational activities such as captain ball, dodgeball, or some unique NPCC games such as Kling Kling to raise morale and help all of us distress. Here comes the interesting part. We also hold annual 3-day 2-night camps after end year exams and send our cadets for enriching courses such as CSI, visits to the K9 unit, and the .22 revolver live shoot where you will get to try shoot an actual revolver. Okay. More about the live shoot. Do not worry. During the dry and live shoot, there are many trained instructors in the shooting range to assist you and ensure that nothing goes wrong. Along with that, in Sec 2, our cadets are also sent for a dry shoot where they will get to learn the fundamentals of handling the revolver. Recently, our Sec 2 cadets have also attended their leadership and mentorship course to equip them with skills crucial for Sec 3 when they officially take over as cadet leaders. This course provides training on understanding group processes and team building, and it enhances the communication skills and supervisory skills of our cadets. Throughout the year, as our cadets go through courses and complete them, we will hold master parades to recognize the achievements of all our cadets and present them with their ranks and badges. Overall, my journey in NPCC was a fruitful one, and I learned a lot from all my seniors and friends. I remember in Sec 1, when I first joined NPCC, I was a shy and timid person, and public speaking wasn't really my strong point. But as I journeyed as a cadet, I've been given so many opportunities to lead and serve. And as you can see, I've grown to carry myself with much more confidence. I've made many new relationships with people my age, seniors, and of course my lovely juniors. And working with them and planning so many events have always been so fun and joyful. Joining NPCC has definitely helped me make memories that will last a lifetime, and I hope to see all you future Sec 1s in our NPCC family next year. Now on to Emmanuel, who will share more about the band experience.
Thank you, Aiden. Firstly, my role in the band is the Recruit in Charge Head, or the RICH for short. And this role requires me to be in charge of the growth of recruits into future leaders. Some of the experiences I have gone through during my leadership journey are planning band camps and organizing Zoom sessions with my bandmates. Due to the current pandemic, our CCA has been moved online, and with my committee, we are required to plan out these Zoom CCA sessions. So for example, we will need to figure out how to take attendance. For the band, we will usually have a few bonding days throughout the year and a band camp at the end of the year that the committee and future leaders of the band will be in charge of. I have personally been in charge of some of these days and attended lots of meetings to plan for them. I have also been tasked with managing the recruits and nurturing them into future leaders. As mentioned before, the band will usually have a few bonding days and a band camp during the school year. One way we develop the recruits into leaders is by giving them a bigger role during these kinds of events. So for example, we'll give them a bigger role such as an event IC and group leaders. As the RICH, I'm also in charge of overseeing their planning of such events and teaching them how to create proposals and lead. Lastly, I have been given the chance to attend a leadership course held by the Wind Band Association of Singapore, or WBAS online. The leadership course went through qualities of a leader, like communication and setting an example for others. They also went through how to set up Zoom sessions for instrument playing, like changing the type of mic so that the sound of the instrument can be heard through Zoom. And lastly, they taught us how to utilize apps such as Canva to create online posters, which can be distributed and posted on social media easily. This leadership course forced me to reflect on myself as a leader and gave me the chance to improve on myself. And the skills learned, like poster making, came in handy when we had to plan for the CCA open house. Next, I will be going through my band experience. First is the bonding with each other through playing music. When I first joined the band, I already knew the basics as I was also in my primary school's band CCA. Because of this, I would always help my peers whenever possible, and through this, formed new friendships that have lasted until now. Helping each other and trying to play music together has formed many friendships in the band, and members always try to help each other improve on their instrument playing. Hence, we improve as a band and not by ourselves. Secondly, is the picking up of skills in the band, like reading music and playing our instrument. When I first joined the band, we were tested on our ability to play the various instruments, and I was shocked to hear that the instrument I played in primary school was not offered in the band. A new instrument, totally unfamiliar to me, was assigned to me, and I had to learn how to play the different notes all over again. Furthermore, the music theory in the music pieces given to us was more difficult to understand compared to those given in primary school. However, the conductor that taught us the basics of music in secondary school was kind and patient, and I learned a second instrument and got used to the harder music theory in no time. Lastly, is the sense of accomplishment after finishing a hard music piece. This year, we practiced the same music piece again and again for almost the entire year, and it finally paid off in the end when we won distinction in the Singapore Youth Festival, or the SYF. All of us in the band felt extremely proud of ourselves when the results came out and had a celebration with safe distancing measures, of course. Next, I'll pass the time on to Brandon.
Thank you, Emmanuel. And now, Tristan and I will be talking more about the leadership experiences that we have here in Unity. Firstly, we have the Unity Council. You might be asking, what is the Unity Council? Well, it's what we call our student council here in Unity. Unity counselors are leaders of leaders, which mean we lead team leaders such as class counselors and CCA leaders, which Tristan and I will be explaining more about later on. The Unity Council is the bridge between the students' voices and the school administration, where we gather feedback from our students and implement new activities for them. For example, our newly added Halloween event that we had just hosted during the last week of school. We also take part in planning and organizing major school events such as Teachers' Day and National Day, where we get to learn many moral values such as accountability, communication, and problem solving. In the top picture, you will see our Unity counselors being appointed as the EXCOs of 2021, and the bottom picture of the 2020 Sec 1 orientation, which our very own Unity counselors plan for. Moving on, we have our CCA leaders. CCA leaders lead their respective CCA members, and being a CCA leader requires a lot of commitment and enthusiasm towards their CCA, as they will have to continue to inspire and enforce their CCA values and grow their CCA pride in their members. For example, the Drama Club CCA leaders aim to cultivate their members to become more expressive and adaptable, so that their members can step out of their comfort zone whenever they need it, especially for their on-stage performances. Now, I'll be passing the time over to Tristan.
Thank you, Brendan. Lastly, we have our class counselors, who are chosen to lead their respective classes. They manage various activities in class, such as the character and citizenship education and school events that require them to start an initiative with their class. Class councils are also responsible for class bonding and the well-being of their classmates. An example of the events held by the class councils will be the Teachers' Day program this year. The pictures on the right show our class councils presenting something special for the teachers, which they have planned for together. Class councils are chosen either by students' votes, teachers' votes within the class. In Unity, Students' well-being is by far of most importance, and we work together to make our school life better. That is all from us. We hope we have given you an insight in our life here in Unity. Thank you for your kind attention, and we hope to see you with us next year in Unity Secondary School. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much to our student leaders. All right, I think they have given us such a comprehensive experience. Okay, and they were pretty nervous just now, but I think they have rose to the occasions. So now is the time for the Q&A session. There were some questions that were asked in the previous session, as well as some that has already been chosen. So let's get on to it. Now, for the first question, what is the indicative PSLE score for the school? So, Mr. Bo, please, you're ahead.
Hi, once again, very good afternoon to all parents. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. As you can see from the screen itself, okay, this is actually a range of indicative scores given by MOE. For our school, the express stream will be from 13 to 18, normal academic 21 to 24, of course, normal technical 25 to 28. Okay. However, there will be some deviations according to depending on actually the number of students who actually select the school itself. You could also actually Google through the MOE website to actually find out more in terms of the indicative scores for the other schools also. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Bo. Now, for the next question, I'm very sure as Sec 1 parents, we will want to know how we can support you. So, Mr. Bo, how will the school support students with learning needs?
Yep, I think in our school itself, it's really a whole school approach, no? Not just in the areas of learning, but behavior and even social emotional, because they are really interlinked together. So as a school itself, we adopt a structured and targeted approach to support all our students in the area of social emotional well-being and learning. And to achieve this as a school itself, we intentionally put in various supportive structures and clear processes. Maybe let me highlight a few examples. So one of it will be at least 2 character coaches to be assigned to all classes to monitor and support our students' learning in this area of learning, behavior, and social emotional needs. Our various academic HOD will also be monitoring the students' academic progress by subjects and by levels. And of course, key personnel like myself and my assistant year head we work closely with the character coaches to monitor the students' well-being and development. We do conduct termly academic meetings with the character coaches to discuss the progress and development of every student in the class. And not just discussing, but really formulating follow-up strategies and intervention to support them, especially for those who require additional support. At the same time, we do have 2 full-time school counselors to look after the social emotional well-being of all our students. They work closely with students, parents, character coaches, as well as subject teachers. On top of that, for students with special education needs, we do have an allied educators, learning behavioral support to work with students to improve skills, like for example, areas like language literacy, social communication, social emotional support, and even self-monitoring, regulation, and time management. So students, there of course definitely there will be students who actually require very close monitoring, attention, and support. That is where fortnightly we do have a meeting held by the case management team comprising of our school leaders, year head, assistant year head, our HOD for student management, our school counselors, and even our allied educators for learning behavioral support to really come together collectively to look at how we can really support students even at a closer, even at a higher level coming in. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bo. Now, for the next question, maybe I'll answer this. How many Sec 1 classes are we expecting in 2022? So we are expecting 4 express classes, 3 normal academic classes, and 1 normal technical class. Now, moving on, we also have questions pertaining to academic. So let me invite Mr. Taniki, our HOD of Maths, to answer some of these questions. Mr. Tan, please.
Hi, good afternoon, parents. I'm Mr. Tan. Okay, subject-based spending is one of many pathways for students to nurture their aptitudes and enhance their access to opportunities throughout their educational journey. SBB allows your child to take specific subjects at more demanding levels starting from secondary 1, if he is found suitable to do so. If he is in the NA or NT course, he may be able to take some subjects at Express or NA level to allow him to stretch himself and acquire deeper competencies in his areas of strengths. As shared by our principal, Madam Aini, earlier, the subjects that are offered at higher level are mathematics, science, English, and mother tongue languages. Students can take up to a maximum of 3 subjects at a higher level. We even have NT students doing express level subjects for the subjects mentioned earlier. The offer to do higher level subjects will be based on achievements in PSLE subjects for secondary 1 students. After secondary 1, they may also be offered to do higher level subjects based on the achievements in school assessments and recommendations by the subject teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tan. For the next
Amelia,
question, yes,
Can I
madam.
add on to what Mr. Tan
Sure,
respond?
madam. Sure.
Okay, parents, just now I mentioned the full subject-based banding, right? This is just in case you're confused with subject-based banding and full subject-based banding, what is the difference? Under the current subject-based banding, we are offering the subjects that Mr. Tan mentioned just now, which is English, Science, Mother Tongue, and Mathematics at a higher level for both our NP and NA students. For full subject-based banding, which will be happening in 2024, we will include humanities as a subject to be offered at a higher level. But this will only happen in 2024. So for next year, 2022 and 2023, we are offering these 4 subjects, all right, for subject-based banding. Humanities will come on board in the year 2024.
Thank you so much, Madam Aini, for the clarification. Right, so moving on, Mr. Tan, could I invite you again for the next question? What are the opportunities for lateral transfer of students from NT to NA or NA to Express?
Okay, NA or NT students who have shown consistently good performance academically, achieves at least 70% overall marks in the school assessments, and deemed able to cope with a more demanding course will be laterally transferred to the normal academic or express course. This is done at the end of the year. On average, we do have about 5 to 10 students laterally transferred from NA to express or NT to NA.
Thank you, Mr. Tan. For the next question, I think some of our parents are definitely very, very informative. They are already looking at subject combinations for Sec 3. So, Mr. Tan, what is the criteria to take A Math in Secondary 3?
Okay, thank you, Madam Camelia. Okay, to do A Math at upper secondary level, a strong foundation in mathematics at lower secondary is necessary. Sec 2 Express students who achieve an overall percentage of 60% and above in mathematics can do additional mathematics at secondary 3. Those who do not meet the above criteria may be offered additional mathematics at normal academic level, where students can still develop their interest and passion while keeping overall curriculum load manageable. It is important to know that additional mathematics is not a requirement for students to apply for courses in polytechnics or JC. Taking A Math NA can lay foundation for H1, H2 Math at JC or engineering course post-secondary. Some foundational knowledge is more useful than not taking the elective at all. Taking the subject at the NA level also will help to reduce the bridging required at JC. Right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tan. Now, for the next 2 questions, I would like to invite our level head of science, Ms. Huang. Does the school offer a triple science combination, and how many classes of pure science combinations are there currently? Ms. Huang, please.
Thank you, Madam Camelia. Good afternoon, everyone. So for our school, we do not offer triple science. The offer of the subject is in upper secondary school is aligned to the criteria for the admissions to post-secondary courses in JC and polytechnics. In other words, triple science is not a criteria to be admitted to any of the courses in post-secondary school options. As for how many classes of pure science combination we've got, we have every year we offer about 2 classes of pure science class. one class doing pure bio and pure chemistry, while the other class will be doing pure chemistry and pure physics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Huang. Now, moving on, I'm very sure parents, you have heard Madam Mani talking about the distinctive program that we have. So maybe Ms. Huang, you could tell the parents a little bit more when students coming to our school in Sec 1, what do they do in our ALP program? Ms. Huang, please.
Okay, so for our ALP program, we align our program to the 30 by 30 goal, which aim to make Singapore 30% self-sufficient in the food production by the year 2030. So the program focuses on, we expose them to things like hydroponic farms and other things like aquaculture farm. So our program is mainly anchored on biotechnology in food sustainability. So in this program, we enrich our students with skills of biotechnology to relate to the real world problem of food sustainability in the context of Singapore. So students who might be interested, even more passionate than the rest of the cohort in this area, they're also exposed to higher level research with these skills, and they can actually use this to for their direct poly admission in the future as well. So for our Tier 2 program, the students actually have opportunities to work on special projects with scientists in the various industries, like what Eunice shared just now. And some of these students actually have been awarded the A-Star scholarship over the last 2 years. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Huang. Now, for the next question, we always believed that we are giving opportunities as well as platforms for our students to pursue their interests and passion. So Eunice explained very extensively just now about the talent development program. However, there were questions about, is the program compulsory? And if I am not foundation, my foundation is not very strong in that particular subject, but I have great passion, can I still enter, or can I still participate in this talent development program? I'd like to invite our English HOD, Mr. Adrian Ng, to answer some of these questions. Mr. Ng, please.
Thank you, Madam Camelia. To answer the question directly, is this program compulsory for all students? The answer is no. This program is not meant for all students. All right, but we have students, okay, who are very interested in, okay, the subject beyond what they are doing in the classroom, and it is for, okay, this group of students, okay, who are very passionate, are very interested, okay, in learning more. All right, this is where the talent program comes in. So as what Eunice has mentioned before, all right, we have 4 talent programs in Unity Secondary School. They are, all right, primarily for Design Innovation Program, the Leaders of English Program, Advanced Mathematics Program, and the Young Scientist Program. Now, the question that Madam Camelia asked on behalf of many students and parents is that, if I'm not, very good in this subject, but I have, a very strong interest in science, say, but, academically, I'm not so strong. Can I, qualify? Am I eligible to take part in the talent development program? Yes, you are. Yes, you can. All right. This is something that we want to encourage, okay, students, okay, with that deep passion for this subject to step forward. So teachers, okay, will also identify, all right, students, okay, in addition to, having strong subjects, that's not the only criteria, but students who also, have a passion for it and, willing to come forward, they are strongly encouraged to apply for the talent development programs in the 4 subjects and the 4 talent program developments that I have just mentioned just now. Thank you very much. Back to you, Camelia.
Thank you, Mr. Ng. Now, the student leaders actually did mention about the aesthetic enrichment modules, and Mr. Ng, maybe you would like to perhaps explain a little bit that despite our COVID restrictions, we continued our aesthetics enrichment modules. Maybe you could update a little bit for our parents.
Sure, Madam Camelia. All right, the AEM, all right, or Aesthetics Education module is a 2-year program that all our lower sec students are automatically enrolled in. The purpose of this program, all right, as mentioned previously, is to develop our students' confidence in expressing themselves, okay, as a performer, all right, in front of an audience, as well as, all right, as a member of, okay, an audience appreciating the various aesthetic art forms. Okay, so this program spans for 8 weeks, all right? Students, okay, get to choose, all right? Now, there are a variety of modules ranging from hip hop, K-pop dance, photo photography, okay, to, you know, visual arts modules like brush calligraphy, phone editing, phone photography, Photoshop and editing. So students are given a choice, all right, which module they would like to enroll in. So now, despite the pandemic, okay, which place constraints on, okay, our students' ability to perform, all right? It is usually tradition. It is highlight that all our students are they get to perform after 8 weeks to showcase, you know, what they have learned in a performance in front of a live audience. But obviously, this was not possible this year. But we overcame, all right, this limitation by actually filming our students, and we actually shared this on one of our live platform during assembly. Okay, the progress that our lower sec students had made, all right, and it was really very warmly received during the assembly. So that is how, okay, we overcame this limitation. So going forward, all right, we are still continuously refining, okay, this AEM, okay, to obviously take into consideration the safe management measures, as well as to continue to cater, okay, to the varied students' interests and by giving them a choice. So back to you, Camelia.
Thank you, Mr. Ng. So parents, please don't worry. Your child's learning experience will not be shortchanged even in an endemic situation. Now, moving on, I'm very sure that the student leaders have really shared with you their experiences in CCA. However, there are still some questions on CCA. And these are the few questions that I would like to invite Mr. Loh Yifan, our HOD of PE as well as CCA, to answer them. Mr. Loh, please.
Hey, thank you, Madam Camelia. Okay, this is Mr. Loh here. So I think one question that the students has posed is about whether there will be a trial for CCA, as well as if I do not have any CCA background, am I able to get into the CCA? So yes, there will be a trial. Okay, so during our CCA open house or CCA experience, there will be trial for you to go through, so that our teachers will select students who are suitable. So even though you may not have the CCA background, but if you find it suitable for the CCA, you can still join the CCA. Okay, that includes our DAC sports CCA as well. So if you find it suitable, you can still join those CCA. Okay, the next questions that was posed is, can my child change CCA, okay, after he find it not suitable? Okay, so by and large, we discourage our students from changing CCA because it may affect their CCA bonus point at the end. Okay, so however, having said that, if you have any medical or valid reasons, we do look into the case on a case-by-case basis, and we will allow you to change the CCA if we find that you have a valid reason.
Thank you, Mr. Loh. For the next question, we also would like to know a little bit about our LP program. Definitely because of the COVID-19 restrictions, a lot of things were not done. However, what did the school do to ensure that the students' experience continues? Mr. Loh, please.
Okay, thank you, Madam Camelia. So our school LP program is to lead through outdoor and sports adventure. So in a non-pandemic case, we will actually get the students to go through a series of program. So in terms of outdoor, they get to go for kayaking, outdoor cooking, orienteering to prepare them for OBS. And for the sports adventure, the students will get a chance to learn a number of sports, and then they'll get to participate in intra or inter-class games. And our LP leaders will then get a chance to hone their leadership skills in organizing these events and competing in the sports competition. So even though this year some of the events were affected by the pandemic issue, we still managed to go through some of the events by having them online or making or hosting the event in a smaller scale. Yeah, thank you, Madam Camelia.
Thank you so much. One question that was being asked was about ECCA. So how does ECCA looks like? Mr. Low, please.
All right. So this year our school actually had many opportunities to go through ECCA. So even though some schools may suspend CCA totally, but our school continue to have our CCA, ECCA, and the teachers and the students leaders were able to come out with very good program, okay, to engage the students during these ECCA sessions. So even though they may not experience the sports physically or get to interact with one another physically, they will still be able to go through many bonding activities or even a very meaningful activity to continue with their CCA learning in a sense. Okay, so they are not that much affected even though they are unable to meet each other face to face during the ECCA sessions. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, for the next question is definitely pertaining to the personal learning device that you have heard that the student leaders actually shared. So these are some of the questions. Could I invite our SH of ICT, Ms. Fatia, to answer these questions? Ms. Fatia, please.
All right, Madam Camelia, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so these are the answers to the question. What is the choice of PLD? The school has chosen the Chromebook as our choice of PLD. The Chromebook best meets our needs based on the inputs from the teachers and the students on their teaching and learning needs. As how Eunice has explained in her experience, in the use of the PLD, the inking function and the keyboard allows our students to annotate and to even type an essay seamlessly, right? The brand of the Chromebook may differ, but the technical specification will be similar. So I hope I answered to one of the parents' question just now. Okay, what about what if my child has his or her own computing device? For students who have already have their own device, they can bring their device to the ICT center in school to ascertain whether the specifications of the existing devices meet our school's requirement. This device, right, has to be installed with a device management application, which is the DMA software, to provide a safe learning experience for them and to prevent the misuse of devices. All right. Okay, the next one. What are there lockers to keep the device? Okay. When the students purchase the PLDs through the school, it will be bundled with the cable lock. So students will be able to secure the device using the cable locks to the table or any location where they are learning, because learning is everywhere at any time. They can even use it in the library. As for classroom, they can also lock up the classroom because we empower the student leaders with the responsibility to lock up their classroom and ensure that security is taken care of when they leave for recess or PE. So there is no need for lockers to keep the device. Okay, then what about what tech support is given to my child? Okay, not to worry, parents and students. We have a dedicated ICT centers for students and staff to walk in from 7:30 to 5 p.m. should they need any IT and tech support. Okay, that's all from me. Over to you, Madam Camelia.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fatia. Now, for the next question is about the school environment. So this is a very popular question. May I invite your head, Mr. William Bo, to answer the relevant questions, please? Thank you.
Okay, the first question in regards to the policy for handphone usage, right? So yes, we do allow students to bring their handphone to school. Okay, however, they will only use it in class for any academic learning with the permission from teachers, because we actually see handphone as one of the learning tools, okay, that they could use in classroom itself. Other than that, during their breaks, recess or even lunch while they're waiting for their CCAs in the afternoon itself, they are also able to use it in the canteen. Okay, with regards to the second questions on school curriculum timing, as you can see on the screen itself, we start our academic learning from Monday to Thursday at 7:30, and learning will end by 2 p.m. And of course, in the afternoon itself, selected CCAs, they do have CCAs in the afternoon starting from 2:30. And of course, we also have interventions, okay, for various selected students who need additional support. And of course, we do have a higher mother tongue taking place on Thursday afternoon. And as what mentioned by Madam Aini, Friday is our character day itself. Okay, we do have CCA from 8 to 10 and our character and citizenship educations from 10:30 to 12:30. Yeah, and of course, again, selected CCAs might have CCAs in the afternoon. The last question on are there vegetarian options in school? Unfortunately, we do not have a canteen vendor who sell purely vegetarian food. Having said that, most of our other canteen vendors do have vegetarian food options coming in. Yeah, thank you.
Madam Camilla, I would just like to add on to Mr. William Bow's response to the school curriculum, because I do see in the chat, all right, that there's a question on whether we have enough time to complete the syllabus, considering that our CCAs are conducted on Friday. So parents, all right, the timing for the CCAs is 2 hours on Friday, which is equivalent to 4 periods of curriculum time. And these 4 periods of curriculum time, we make them up, all right, in the hours from Monday to Thursday, where we extend our school hours to 2 p.m. So in that way, we do not have any loss of curriculum time. So I hope that answers the question. And there's another question, since I'm online already. All right, it's about whether there's DSA to junior college. I've already typed my reply, but just in case you didn't get to see it. Yes, there is DSA to JC. And in Unity, we're really serious about preparing our students for the future. All right, all our Sec 3 students, we start preparing them for DSA, all right, to JC or early admission exercise for Polytechnic at the end of their Sec 3 after the end of the year exams. During this period, all right, we equip our students with the skills, all right, to do their e-portfolio. They will also learn how to do their personal statements. And the following year in Sec 4, we also set aside time for them to consult, all right, our education and career guidance committee teachers, as well as our ECG counselor, all right, which is present in school on every Monday. And closer to the date of the application for EAE or direct JC admission exercise, we also have sessions, all right, to equip our students with the interview skills to prepare them for the interview. So I hope that answers the question on DSA. Over to you, Madam Camilla.
Thank you so much, Madam Aini. So there are a few questions in the chat, in the Q&A. So one of the question is actually about the number of students per class. Mr. Bo?
Yeah, okay. So with regards to the number of students per class itself, on average will be around 40 students per class. Having said that, at the upper secondary school level itself, because of various subject combinations, so some of the classes could actually ranges from even 20 to 40, depending on the number of students who actually are selected for the subjects itself. Yeah, I hope that answered the questions.
We have a few more minutes to answer some questions posed by parents. Now, a few parents have been asking about the issue of cyberbullying and bullying. So what is our school stand on that? So maybe your head, Mr. Bo, can answer one more time about this. I think parents are concerned, definitely. It is a real problem. And in our school, we have strategies to actually help to address this issue. Mr. Bo, please.
Yes, at the previous session, actually earlier session, one of the parents actually asked about how do we go about handling bully cases. I think ultimately as a school itself, we aim to provide and create a safe and inclusive learning environment for all our students. We start with our belief, okay, like what Madam Ani shared just now, our philosophy that all Unitians is unique, has potential, and can be an inspiration. So for any students who present any inappropriate behaviors, right, including bullying of others, I think the first question that comes to us is not so much on what's the punishment to be met out. It's really what's the obstacle that the child is experiencing and what's limiting him so that he's manifesting this behavior. So in how we approach, our approach in actually handling this will be actually addressing a few people. Number one is the bully, second, the victim, third, the bystander, and of course, our advice also what parents can do to help on this. So first thing on bully itself, right, is really identifying, looking at the challenging behavior being displayed, the type of the nature of the bully itself. And of course, really having a conversation to identify what is the underlying issues behind this behavior so that we can really map out the consequences to really help this child to learn. Okay, consequences like, for example, skills training in social emotional learning, for example, self-management skills, and even responsible decision-making skills, so that they think through, that how their actions really impact others, and also how they go about really building positive relationship with their peers. For the victim in this situation itself, our school counselors will work very closely to help the child to process the thoughts and even emotions after the incident, to identify also certain social emotional learning skills or strategies that they could be equipped to really handle and cope in these situations. And of course, not forgetting the bystander, the peers around. The peer support is also a crucial piece of handling bullying at schools. In fact, students are powerful in handling bullying situations, as they often know the bullying long before adults are aware of it. Students telling a peer to stop bullying has so much more impact than adults giving some advice at times. Building a strong peer support culture in school is important. And of course, the key message on school itself to all students is always, everyone is a peer supporter. Okay, everyone can take the responsibility to really offer a help to your peers and also to seek help. So lastly, from parents' point of view, expert actually mentioned that parents should not teach children to fight back with aggression, nor expect them to figure out how to handle bullying at schools on their own. Instead, parents could really work with a child to create a plan together to address both the immediate problems and long-term solution. Children should know that they can walk away or avoid bullying situations, and that they should talk to adults like teachers and parents or anyone as soon as possible. And there should not be any negative connotation consequences associated with sharing of information about bullying incident. Yeah. So I hope that that addressed the part on the bully. Yeah. Okay, there's another question that we see on the chat live. The question is, may I ask what is the latest time the school will ask the kid to leave after all the classes itself? So as mentioned just now, our academic learning will end by 2 p.m. So after 2 p.m., there'll be various programs depending on actually students' needs. Okay, there will be intervention programs given by subject teachers. There could also be CCA programs having ongoing. Having said that, all programs in school typically will end by 6 p.m. That's where we make through the announcements to really ask everyone to start packing up and going back to have a good rest. Okay, because we believe in having a good rest so that they can actually come back the next day for fruitful learning. Yeah.
Much, Mr. Bo. And if I may just share the screen for a while. All right, so we have come to an end of our e-open house. Thank you again, parents, for your time today. Do visit our school website as well as subscribe to our social media platforms on YouTube and Instagram, where you can see how we teach in class, as well as CCAs live in action. We also have a special e-open house website where we will be parking all your questions and we will reply them in the FAQ section. We hope you will choose Unity Secondary School as your first choice, and we look forward to partnering you in developing your child. See you soon. However, if you have parents who have any more questions in the Q&A, do tag them. We will still be addressing them. Thank you very much and have a good, wonderful afternoon.
Okay, we do have a question for a parent asking what happened if my child is AL19 and she put Unity as first choice since the Express is up to 18. So as you can see from the screen itself, I believe parents who have seen this before from sharing at the primary school, I believe the primary school principal also have engaged parents on this. So ultimately, right, if the scoring itself actually is 18, the first cutoff is really based on the performance of the child. Okay, students who have a better score will be posted first. Okay, so assuming that the last position of our express slot itself, right, is a student who are for 18 to actually come in. So that will be actually in a way our 18 cutoff point. Okay, so 19 students scoring 19 will not be able to actually enter the school itself. Okay, just a bit more as you can see from the screen itself, assuming that there are quite a number of students selected our school as a first choice, 18, okay, then of course the tiebreaker will be looking to considerations like whether citizenship, whether you are Singaporean. Okay, a second tiebreaker factors will be looking at the choices of the school, whether you choose the school as first choice. And in the event, let's say you meet the first, you are Singaporean, you choose the school as a first choice, then of course it's really up to computerized balloting to actually make the decision on that. Yeah, hope that I've answered that question. Okay, we do have a question again on AL. Okay, um, the question is cannot get into NA also. I think the assumption is saying that a 19 score. Okay, let's say assuming again, if the child is actually scoring AL 19, if you look at actually individual scores right on the screen itself, okay, so because the child scores 19, meaning to say the ministry actually assign the child is actually ready to take up a course in the express stream, okay, express curriculum. Okay, the child will not be able to select Unity Secondary School, although you see the score of normal academic is actually 21 and 19 is below 21. Unfortunately, the child have to actually select go to a school to select an express course. Okay, in short, 19, you cannot select our school, will not be able to get into our school for express, and you cannot select a normal academic course in our school. Yeah.
So thank you, parents, for your questions. All questions that were asked will be put in our FAQ session, and all the questions will be addressed there. So do remember to go to our microsite, and most of the information that you need will be actually placed there. So once again, we would like to wish you a very wonderful afternoon, and hopefully you will choose Unity Secondary School as again your first choice, and we look forward to partner you next year. So thank you and have a pleasant day.